cheating bitch, right? So we need to talk about the fact that sometimes she cheats on you, right? So here's what I want to do. Everyone's going to put down their pens, put away their phones, and then their phones out. Everyone's got their phones, their calculators away. Girls, put your calculator away. Your computer away, put your phone away. Okay, so you're going to watch me over here because I can't do it over there because this board, I can touch it without anything happening. So what we're going to be doing is building a triangle. I'm going to give you an angle. It's going to be set. It's not going to change. I'm going to give you a side. It's going to be set. It's not going to change. And then I'm going to give you another side. And watch this. This side will not change. Not magic. It's going to be this length. And I'm going to be like, can you build a triangle? And you're going to be like, absolutely, I can. And you're going to come over here, and you're going to put it right there, and you're going to put it right there, and you're going to stick it on there. Please, God, stick. Please, all day you haven't really been sticking. And you're going to be like, look, I built a triangle. And I'm going to be like, yay, you. And I'm going to say, is that the right answer? And you're like, that is the answer. That is the triangle. There is no other answer, just that one. And I'm going to come over down and say, well, what happens if you do this? Isn't that a triangle as well? Damn it. Because it turns out sometimes this girl, this law of signs, is a bit of a cheater. She's not making one triangle, she's making it with two triangles, right? And today we have to account for both of them. That sometimes it's like, look, that's a triangle, but so is that. And we are going to have to account for both of those triangles today. And it's not hard to do, but it's a little bit weird. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're going to get ready. This only happens when sweet, sweet law of signs is looking for an angle. If you have sweet law of signs and she's got a boyfriend that is a side, she is true blue, she's never going to cheat on him, she loves him forever and ever. But if you've got little wild girl law of signs and she's looking for an angle boyfriend, well, you know what? She might be living her best life and she might be dating this triangle over here and another triangle. And here's what's sad. Not only is she dating Caddy, she might be dating Auntie at the same time. They're related. It's going to be someone that you're related to. So you're going to find out that your girlfriend that you think is your girl, she's only with you, is only dating you. And we're going to say, ooh, let's go pull out, probably not your twin. That would be really weird. But probably your cousin. So we're going to say, hey, you need to find your cousin's phone and you need to check if she's sending him nudes. Because if she is, that's bad, right? So today we're going to check you. You're going to be like, look, she's sending me topless pictures. She loves me. It's like, okay, I don't need to see that, but okay. And then I'm like, is she dating anyone else? And you're like, well, she hangs out with my cousin a lot. And I'm going to be like, well, then you better check your cousin's phone. And that's what we're doing today. And if you think that all the other messages are like this, you would be wrong. So here we go. Are you guys ready? So here's what it is going to look like. This is what this looks like in real life. Look, I got this. So we've got you. Here's you. That's a perfect triangle. Here's what might also happen. Look at this. There's a second triangle. Do you see it? I got the big triangle right here. I'm going to draw the big triangle in yellow. I got the big triangle. I also have the little triangle right here. I have two triangles. Now, here's what's going to happen tonight. We are going to figure out this angle right here. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to get it that it gets like 50 degrees, and it's going to be really nice, and it's going to work every time. We're going to be like, yay! And then I'm going to say, you need to check your cousin. And in my weird way of explaining this, the reason that they're cousins is because this angle right here and this angle right here are related. And here's how they're related. They're not twins. That would be weird. She's not going to do that. What they are is cousins. And what I mean by that is they are supplementary. You and your cousin add up to 180 degrees. So here's you. You might get that as an answer. Yay. But we're going to also check to see if 130 could also make a triangle. Sometimes the answer is yes. She's dating your 130 cousin. Sometimes the answer is no. She's not dating your 130 cousin. Your 130. But we have to test. Are you ready? Okay. So with that said, I am going to pass out some notes for you. We've got 4 problems to do. By the end of the 4th one, you're going to be like, this is light work. Look, I even hope I did it for my friends who are not living in the country.
Miss T, the law signs kind of sound like a love triangle.
Did it? Oh, let's see what you did there. You know, and we don't judge her. She's not in a red light, so she wants to cheat on you.
I don't know. I have to read something. What? Yeah.
I say maybe you
You like it? You like it?
no problem. Oh my God, you can just throw away. Yeah, like a tree is fine. Okay, here we go. Okay. Here we go. So, the first thing we're going to do is this. We're going to go ahead and figure out whether or not you really have a girlfriend. And how do you do that? You use law of signs and you figure out if you have a girlfriend. So let's go ahead and set this one up. Now I'm going to tell you this thing. None of tonight's are going to have drawings, and that's for a reason. Because if I draw it, I automatically tell you that is the only shape it will be. And I'm telling you tonight there might be 2 different triangles. So I'm not going to be drawing these. Now I'm also going to tell you, some of you are going to start to think, Miss T, I'm lazy. Do I have to draw the triangle at all? And my answer is, no, you don't. Because remember what we're looking for? We're looking for partners, right? So I know that A is going to go with A. Do I actually have to draw it? No, I'm just going to say sine of 36 over 16, and then I know that C matches with C. So it's really easy. If you're lazy, you're like, I don't even want to draw it. And it's not bad not to draw it because there might be 2 different triangles. So who knows which one to draw, right? So here we go. So we're going to say sine of C. I'm going to go ahead and put that in red because that's what we're looking for. That is you, right? We want to find out if you're her boyfriend over 19. Everyone feeling like they got the setup, right? The C went with the C, the A went with the A. Now this was from Friday. So let's do the math. I'm going to remind you there was a long way to do it with 2 steps and a short way to do it with 1 step, right? So for those of my friends who want to do this in 2 steps, because you're like, that makes people a little more confident, nice and easy, we're just going to move this 19 over. Nothing scary there. Let's get rid of that green thing. So I'm going to move the 19 over. I am going to do this magical mess on my calculator and get a decimal, right? And here I go. I'm going to say 19 sine 36. I close the parentheses because it makes me nervous if I don't. Divided by 16, and I get something like 0.698 equals the sine of C. Remember, we are looking for C, so now we need to do the backwards thing. We need to do, whenever we're looking for angles, we do the backwards thing. So we're going to say that C equals backwards sine of 0.698. When you get an answer, share it with your neighbor to make sure your calculator did not try to trick you, right? Round it to the nearest whole degree and whisper it to your neighbor. 44. How do we do? Angle C is 44 degrees. There we go. Now, can I help you guys do this in one step, right? Can I remind you how to do it in one step? Get your calculator out, get your calculator finger out, right? For those of you, like I don't do it in 2 steps. That's crap to me, right? So let's remember how to do it. We start by knowing we're gonna have to do the inverse. We're gonna go here. So watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do backward sign of all of that garbage, right? So here we go. Are you ready? Let's make sure you know how to get the same answer in one step. So let's go backward sign. Are you cool? Then let's put all of this goo into our parentheses. Now, if you have a nice calculator, be careful about closing up parentheses. If it gives you a parenthesis, close it up. So here I go. I'm going to say 19 sine 36. I close the parenthesis. Divided by 16. I close it again because I get worried. And guess what? I got 44 again. One step. Are we good? Okay. So here's what I want to know. Now, we're not going to do this every time, but I need to explain what's going to happen here. Do you guys agree that right now, A is 36 degrees, C is 44 degrees. Can you please tell me what B would be? Take from 180, right? Nice and easy. It's not hard. Just use your calculator. I'll calculate. So did you get, like that's 80, right? So is that 100? Okay, here's what I'm telling you. You have now convinced you that you have a girlfriend. You're like, look, Miss T, here I am. This is me. This is my girlfriend. This is the cat that we bought together because we're so in love. We got a cat. I'm like, you know what? I believe it. You have a girlfriend. Good for you. Everybody cool with that? That is one answer. Now, I'm going to say, I'm a little worried, though, for you, Colton. I believe this girl likes you. I do. But I know you've got a really good-looking cousin. And I'm worried she might be dating your cousin also. Right? That's right. Well, so now we're going to test to see if she's dating his cousin. I need everyone to watch this. So, Colton, here we go. We're going to test the cousin now. So here we go. I'm going to erase everything. Okay. This is option 1. Option 1 is good. We got, Colton's got a girlfriend. Yay for Colton. Now, Colton, give me the name of a cousin that you have. Like, show me a guy, or girl. Show me a name.
She's not my cousin.
Jeff. I'm going to say Jeff. Michael. So Colton's cousin Michael has been talking to angle 36, right? So now I want to see if Colton's cousin is dating this girl. So let's remember the girl is 36. Who is Colton's cousin? Danny, who is Colton's cousin? How are these related? That big angle and that little angle, I said were related. Does anyone remember how they're related? Caitlin, how are those related? This 44 and the other option, the cousin.
Their mom and dad
They're supplementary. So they add up to 180. So do me a favor. Nice. Danny, for your
Yeah, that's like so what about comfort? It's like
Guys, I'm taping. Take 180 and take 44 from it. You ready? 180. Take away 44. Did you get 136? So here we go. Tell me what B would be if she was dating your cousin. Nope, just take them away from 180.
not 100.
Oh wait, yeah. Wait, hold up. 80. Wait, no. Okay, I didn't have it.
80.
Did you get, it's 8. It's 8.
Oh, mine's the trap.
Yeah, 180 minus 172.
I thought it was 30.
Okay, so watch, this is important. Did this make a good triangle? Yes. Did this also make a totally legitimate triangle? Yes. She is indeed cheating on you, because the way you check is to make sure if you put those two together, they are under 180 degrees, because that means, yep, she bought, here's her, here's you bought a pet, you're in a relationship. Here's her, here's your cousin, you bought a pet, she's in a relationship with that guy too. So guess what? You don't have one answer. In this case, you have 2 answers. You have 2 answers. Now this first one feels weird. We're going to do this again. And we're going to find the cousin and see if he's in a relationship with her. And then by the third one, we're going to show you one where she's not cheating, and everything will be like, oh, now I get it. Okay, so here we go. Here's what I want you to do by yourselves. Figure out who is you. Give me the first triangle. Give me this guy right here. This is you. Figure it out. Okay, everyone should be able to do this first part. Can you do this? I'm good at it. I need you to do it. There's law of signs, and it's the one where you can do it all in one step, but it's a little bit tricky. You can do this. Sine 16 over 8. Ooh, that's an ugly 8. Equals sine B over 13. Sine backwards of this stuff is going to give you B degrees. Backward sine, 13, sine 16, divided by, oops, I'm going to go back, divided by 8. Did you get about 27 degrees? Okay, so what that says is 27 is a perfectly good answer. But now we want to check to see if she's dating your cousin. We're not going to do all the rest of the stuff. We're just going to jump right down and say, wait a second. Could B also be a different number? And what would that cousin number be? How are the cousins related? They are, again, Kaylin shouts the word. That's my girl, that they're supplementary. So get the supplementary angle here. 130, is it 137?
Yep.
I'm checking because I feel like I don't trust you. 180, take away 27. I got 153, but good try. Now, so here's what I know. This is a good answer. But before I am done and say that's a good answer, let's make sure if we take the girlfriend and we put it to this guy together, it better be under 180. Because if it's too many degrees, it can't make a triangle. Does that make sense? So we're taking the cousin, we're checking out his phone to see if he's got pictures of the girl in there. I'm going to put those two together. I get 166. Is that? Well, oh, sorry, 153. Thank you. I knew that. 153. 169. Is that cool? Is that under 180? So could she be dating him? Yes. So guess what? That's a good answer. And so is that one. They're both good choices for her. She can date Colton. She can date Michael. Michael's probably wealthier, probably more handsome. But you know what? She likes Colton too. Yeah. And as long as you're okay with it, she's living her best life. Now you're like, Miss T, does this happen every single time? Let's see what happens if Colton dates a girl and she meets Michael and she's like, no, he's an asshole. I don't like him. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Let's do it. Figure out the first angle. Nice and easy. Nothing scary. You guys got this. Do the first angle.
Let's go take a picture.
And then we have one more at the end, and it's super easy. If you're thinking, hey, Miss T, these are getting pretty easy to set up. Yay, that's awesome. They should be. Sine of 104 over 8 equals sine of B over 4. Put the 4 over here. Do the backward sign because we always do that when we're looking for the angle of all that goo. But we're going to get our B degrees. Your fire, I think I heard that. Second sine, 4 sine 104. You can see why if you're not using your own calculator, this could be really bad. Divided by 8.
I don't know.
Did you get 29? Yeah. Okay, so B could be 29. That's a perfectly good answer. Now, let's check the cousin. What would the cousin be if you are 29? What's Colton's cousin? It's going to be 180. Take away the 29, which will be 151. Here's where this is trouble. Are you guys watching? If the 151 hooks up with the 104, what happens? It's too big. It's too many degrees. You're like at 255 degrees. That's too many for a triangle. So guess what? She knows him, but she's not dating him. She's just dating you. Does that make sense? Does that kind of all make sense? This is like one of the hardest things we do this quarter.
Wait, so what would the answer be?
29.
And on the other ones, like,
Yes, perfect. The answer would be 27 and 153 and 44 and 36. Great question. Yes, I absolutely can. This one right here.
How do you know someone's
Okay, so I got the 29. I got the cousin by subtracting 29, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to test could the cousin and the girlfriend hook up there. What happens with 104 and 155? It's 255, but a triangle can have 180, right? If it's bigger than 180, it's probably plus, right? Last one, guess what is the easiest one? So, we got Adam. Adam's been going online, going on Hinge, and this girl matched with him, and she says she's from Sweden, and that she's a bikini model, and she's 23, and that she really likes 17-year-old American guys, and she sends pictures. And you know what we all say? We say, that's not real. And he's like, no, it's totally real. I'm going to send her nudes because I love her. And it turns out not only is she not from Sweden, not only is she not a bikini model, she's this dude right here. She's him. She's some Romanian guy who's trying to blackmail our friend Adam. So here's what. Sometimes I'm going to give you parts of a triangle that can't even make a triangle. They're going to be too small and too big. Like one is a mile and one is an inch. And he's like, make a triangle. It's like, I can't even make a triangle out of this. And you know who tries to warn us? Our calculator. So please do this problem real quick and do it carefully. That's why you need to be good at your calculator, because your calculator in this instance, most of the time it mocks you, but it doesn't want you to send news to some weirdo in Romania. Really don't send them to anyone. It's really terrible. Don't do that. You're gonna get catfish. Don't do it. Yes, it says error because it's not possible. So no solution. Trust your calculator. If you do it right, your calculator will tell you, don't send it to that dude. His name is not Olga, and he's not a 23-year-old supermodel. Right? I know. So be careful. If you get error, that's your calculator trying to say, look, it doesn't even make a stupid triangle. So be careful. You do it carefully, and your calculator will not lead you astray. We are done for today. Your homework has 8 problems on it. I would love it if you did 8, but you are lazy toads. So at least 6. At least 6. At least 6.
Oh my gosh.